Going on, Falcon fans? It's just your boy Recondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about my keys to the victory. Hey, like what I like to say about my keys. Hey, I'm hitting on at least one or two of them a week. I think we keep this up. These guys got a good chance to do some good things this year. So I appreciate the Falcons coming on to my page, get some of my keys, and Arthur Smith locking those in and making things happen. So let's keep it up for this week. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys out here that I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So, like I said, we're going to get into the keys. However, first I'm going over some quick Falcon news, things to just to keep us up to date. What's going on with the team going into this week to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for to be the tops of the division going into week 6, right? So that's what we're playing for this week. Who would ever thought that's what the Atlanta Falcons was going to be playing for? Hey, me. I had these guys going 3-4 in the first um 4 games. So however I did have them losing to the Bucs, but now I could be saying I'm changing my mind on that, right? So that's where we're at. So first of all, we're going to talk about some news. What's going on, Anthony? So roster news, real quick. Like I said, we're going to talk about some quick news. Um, having guys on the practice squad, it always happened. We had one of our guys get poached off the practice squad. Kyrus Tonga signed with the Minnesota Vikings active roster, so it gave us an actual roster spot on the practice squad. And with that spot, we actually went out and signed a defensive tackle, Jaleel Johnson, who's kind of a veteran, got drafted in 2017, played with the Minnesota Vikings his entire rookie career. Played like 230 snaps, about 23 tackles, some tackles for a loss. So a good rotational piece to have. A defensive tackle position. We know the story about our defensive tackle, our line, making sure that we keep the depth there. I love the way our defensive line been playing. We just go look at some of the film that's out there, guys highlighting some of our guys. We all know about Grady Jarrett, the things he's been doing. Taquan Graham been dominant as well. He's not showing up on the stat sheet and things like that, but he's been a problem in the middle of that field. So defensive line, that's one good thing we got to see. And like I said, signing another guy to add to our depth, which is good for us moving forward, right? All right. Other news, Isaiah Oliver is back off the IR. So how it works, he got 21 days to get back into action. They don't have to actually activate him this week, but within the 21 days, he got to be activated. So it'll be interesting to see if he practiced this entire week, will they decide to go ahead and bring him up, or maybe next week. They just have to see. But it's good to see Isaiah Oliver back. We all know how well he was playing last year before he actually got injured. That's just going to help into this stingy defense right now. These guys been playing with a lot of heart. Yes, giving up yards, but not giving up that many points. And I think it's going to take another effort like that again this weekend against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But Isaiah Oliver back. Arthur Smith said some of those other guys on different timeline with their injuries. So we still don't know anything about Martin Davidson, Deion Jones, our Jalen Mayfield, and our young tight end that we signed as well. So all those guys still on IR. We know that Damian Williams can't come off the IR for another 2 weeks, and then of course, Cordell Patterson just went on, so he's got to be out for 4 weeks. So that's where we're at with our roster news, things like that. Okay, so let's talk about some other things. After you said what I think, yeah, pretty much like I said, I think it's a good signing, depth piece, add to that defensive line. He's a veteran, so we could definitely see him. He got a lot of experience in this league, at least 4 or 5 years in this league. So he did not play the COVID year, so he sat out that year. played a little bit with the next year in 2021, but having this guy, another veteran, come in, been in the league a while, we could use guy like him. So I like the signing. Always one thing about this roster turnover, we always going to see guys coming in and out. That's what you love about this team. That they're not just staying pat. They always trying to find that diamond in the rough. And if they could do that, find a diamond in the rough, that's what we want to see. So I love it. I love it signing by Jaleel Johnson because we'll never know. Come up. And if he come up and get activated on the one game on our active roster and he makes some kind of play, you know, that could change the game around, that's what you want and that's what you like. Um, Definitely, I hope he fix our defense because we're already beasting. Exactly, exactly. The more, the merrier. That's exactly what he's saying. Hey, this is another tie. He did come from Chicago. A lot of our guys came from Chicago, but he did come from the NFC North. So I'm pretty sure we got a lot of tape on him. A lot of times on all those guys, the ties to Chicago have seen him play a lot. So another good signing, more depth to our defensive line. So I love the signing. Too bad like I said, guys get poached from our practice squad, but that's what happens. That's why, luckily we went ahead and activated a guy like Caleb Huntley because if we'd have put him back on the practice squad, he definitely could have been somebody that another team would have tried to go out and pull from us. All right, all right. Next topic. Next topic. This right here is something I really don't want to talk about, but it was reported today that Kyle Pitts did not practice today. Um, he has a hamstring injury. That's one thing about those explosive guys. Hamstring can linger for a long time. We know this. I hope it's just precautionary. We didn't see lingering anything during the game. Hopefully, it's just a precautionary thing for Kyle Pitts. We definitely need him to be out there this week. But if it's something that could linger, throughout the season, maybe he sit out for a week, and we just have to have the next man step up, which is going to be a real tough task. Taking away one of our major players, if Kyle Pitts can't go. But I really believe that just the fact that Kyle Pitts is his presence on the field just changed the way we can play. So hopefully he can go, but we'll see tomorrow. He still got Thursday. He still got Friday. Be interesting when they put out the actual injury report to see what's the status going to be for him. But just like I said, guys, it's just hope. I already lost CP. We lose Kyle Pitts. You believe it? Those are our two guys last year, whereas our probably our most explosive weapons on offense. So um, we definitely deeper this year, 100% deeper. So I'm not too upset about the fact that Kyle Pitts might have to sit out. But this is one I think this is a big game for us this week. So hopefully Kyle Pitts can. It's just hopefully he's just resting. He didn't have to play today. Long big tough game last week. Pushing those guys around because he played a lot in the blocking game on- for in the run. I mean, in the run game, which was very outstanding for us. So hopefully that's what it is. But we'll see tomorrow and the rest of the week about the status of Kyle Pitts' injury. What's up, Recondo? Will the Falcon fans ever be satisfied? A win is a win. Growing as we go, 100%, 100%. It's so many things that people want to look at. When you get a W, you have to take that because believe it or not, it's really hard to win in the NFL. Most of these games, you think about the first four games we played, they all came down to the last play. Each game we had really came down to the last drive. So just look at it that way. Um, I really believe that that's how it is. It's hard to win. So however you get a win, the one thing I like about this team this year is it's so many different ways we don't been in the game. I mean, you think about the first game of the season, we look dominant, right? And we play out lights out the first three rounds and first three quarters, right? And then the fourth quarter we kind of let down, but we was battling. We was right there. We still had a chance to win that game. If we get that third down, um, you know, on, right there, right outside the field goal range. We get that third down. Of course, we know Marcus Mariota fumbled the ball, but we probably win that game. They don't even get the ball back to have an opportunity to score. Right. Um, the next game, if we don't throw an interception in the red zone, we have an opportunity to go up by 1 point. It was 27-31. I mean, yes, 27-31, right? Well, actually, it was 25-31. We got the 2 points on the safety, but we had a chance to go up by one in that game. Right? Seattle, last drive, defense stood up. Browns, last drive, defense stood up. So, guys, a win is a win. We got to enjoy the wins. We get it. Um, this team is a very very competitive team, and you have to love that. Wherever way you want to cut it, and like I said, I mean, if you just look at it this year alone, 2 games over 200 yards rushing. That means they're a physical team. We always talk about we want to see these guys be more physical. A lot of people thought the Falcons was a soft team, especially on the offensive side. A lot of highlight splash guys, all those divas and things like that. We ain't got no divas right now on the offensive side of the ball. I can promise you that. I mean, you go back and look at that game, look at how those receivers was blocking. I mean, even little Halamade kids was out there getting in the run game and blocking. Drake is physical. Kyle Pitts is definitely becoming a better blocker. So all these things, like I said, a win is a win. Anthony said we need KP against the Bucs again to pass. 100%, man. We got to get. Like I said, if it's gonna linger throughout the season, hey, got to do what we got to do. We have to just not play with him, right? I mean, that's injuries in the NFL. That's why you want to create the depth. Maybe we'll see what Felipe Frank's all about this week if Kyle Pitts can't go. So, I don't know if I ever thought I was going to say that before the off season. See what Felipe Franks can do. So, what's up, K Styles? What's up, K Styles? I know you guys got y'all show tonight. Hopefully, I catch some of it. Get you guys keys and see what you guys all about, man. Uh, Appreciate you too. Keep up. Thanks, bro. No problem. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and get into the next topic real quick. We're going to talk about um so what I want to go ahead and talk about is the fact that, like I said last year, Kyle Pitts and Cordell Patterson was our workhorses last year. I mean, it was 100%. They were the offense. If they didn't have good big games, we probably more than likely got blowed out for the most part. We got blowed out on because we went 7-2. So other games, we probably got blown out of those games. This year, we competitive in all the games, and the reason why because of our depth. But the question I have is, what can we expect without CP? I think we got a glimpse of that, of course, with our young running backs that we got. I mean, all our running backs are young. I mean, we got Tyler Algier, who's first on the depth chart. Kayla Huntley looked just like he looked, in the preseason. So that was not a fluke. That young man ran hard. Tyler Algier, you can see the physicality that he runs the ball with. And I think he has a little bit more speed than what people was actually thinking about. So um that's what I really love about this team. And like K Style says here, the mindset is definitely different. I mean, I know everybody's seen the clip when on Arthur Smith because he was mic'd up, which gave us some great material to see the mindset of the head coach and then those offensive linemen. Those offensive linemen, when he went over there and told them guys that they was going to run the ball, they was fired up and they did not let him down. That's the thing I love about it is that the fact that he went over there and say, "Hey, we finna run this ball. We finna run it down down their damn throat." And basically, that's what they did. All right, those offensive line they love firing out the ball, and I mean, let's go ahead and just give the props to the offensive line. I mean, this is one of the position groups that I think a lot of us had a lot of concerns with coming into this season. We know guys get better, right? But it was a question mark at the center position. It really was between Matt Hennessy and Drew Dalman. Drew Dalman is playing great football. I talked about the play with that counter when he came out and hit that kickout block on the backside, and Avery Williams got over 20 some passing yards. That's what we like to see. I mean, the offensive line guys is I think they love it. And I think and what I really like about it is the fact that that's what they want to do, which telling me is the fact that I don't think this is a fluke. I think we can continue to play like this. I really do. I really believe that our running game is going to be formidable all season. Last year we had a couple of games where we ran the ball well, and then some games like we couldn't get. But I think this year is going to be different. I think it's a different mindset. I think we're going to come out and we're going to be physical in the run game. And I know everybody want to talk about Marcus Mariota, but believe me when I tell you, his his ability to run the ball helps the run game because when he hold that ball, that defensive end has to pause for just a minute every time. Just have to pause just a minute because if he keep it, Mariota's out the backside and he's gone. So the bootlegs, the fact of he has to stay there for the bootlegs as well. So that backside pursuit is being held up because of Marcus Mariota. So you guys, I know, like I said, I said it, last on Monday, the fact that we got to, unlock our passing game, but the fact that Marcus Mariota is in the game and his ability to run with that ball is helping the run game tremendously. So he just got to stop making those silly mistakes at the end of the day. We got Algier Huntley. We good in the run game. We went beast last game. I know. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean that's what we seen, and now we seen it in a actually regular season game from both of these guys. I always said if Tyler Algier get more touches, and we seen he only had 10 rushes um on Sunday, but between him and Caleb Huntley had 20 rushes. They end up with over 30 rushes, guys. So think about that. So that's great. I mean, that's what we want. Run the ball 30 times, and to make it even more impressive is the fact that the Browns actually had the ball 11 more minutes than us. So you have to love the mindset of this team. Um, I watched college tape on Caleb Huntley, and D. Alford. I knew they could. Yeah, I mean, I didn't never. Of course, when we brought in Caleb Huntley, I went back and looked at some of his film to see. Um, I thought maybe he should have actually made the team last year. Just that running back room, is so deep. We brought Mike Davis in last year. We thought he was going to be able to, do some of the things that he did when he was with the Carolina Panthers. But of course, Mike Davis always been, a backup. He just had a breakout year because Christian McCaffrey got hurt. And we thought he was going to be able to bring that same kind of, but it just didn't turn out that way last year for us. But Caleb Huntley, he ran like this last preseason, and he ran like this preseason, and now he's finally going to get this opportunity to show what he's able to do. So you gotta love it. As said in the physical style, yes, he is, man. Yeah, he, that's what he do. That you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. Then I like the way Dean Pease is running that defense, man. I think Lorenzo Carter said it best. They got some dogs on this team. That's what it is. That's what it really boils down to. They got some dogs. I mean, and you love to get the insights. You saw when the defense came out, they made a stop. They said your turn, oh, your turn, oh. They just feeding off each other, feeding off each other. And what was really good, they was feeding off the fans. That's one of the things I talked about was the atmosphere in that stadium. If we can continue to bring that, we feeding off each other, the fans feeding off the players feeding off the fans. We can start to bring that because I had this we had this our brown fan behind me in the stands, and he was he was saying that all you guys do is dance. That's right. We different in the South, man. We have a party, especially when the Falcons are playing well. It's a party in the stadium. That's what we want. That's what we like. So yeah, it's we still want to see good football, but at the same time, we're enjoying it. That's the atmosphere. That's what Arthur Smith will talk about. We have a party every Sunday, and those guys come in when another opposing teams come in to see us play. Yep. No slight on Mike Davis. He ran like a cockroach. Yeah, I'm telling you one thing about Mike Davis, and I will give any player props. He was a hellified pass protector though. He could block his ass off and what's going on, Brian Peoples? He could block his ass off in the pass protection, man. He was one of the best pass protecting running backs in the league last year. So of course we needed that because we had Matty Ice back there who was not mobile at all. Um, so that's what Mike. I'm gonna give Mike Davis his props on that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the keys. Um, Offensive keys, right? So I had to think about this long and hard because of course we playing Tom Brady and the Bucs down there. Um, and the way we play on offense is like I said, I just talked about how the offense and the defense complements each other. So the way we play on offense definitely is dictated. It's going to help our defense as well. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So that's what I was thinking about when I came up with my offensive key this week is to complement the defense how we play offense this week. So the first key is, hey guys, everybody know what it is, right? Run the ball. There's no secret with that. We need to continue to run the ball. All right. Um, yes, Tampa Bay has got one of the best rush defenses in the league. Yep, they got kind of exposed, on Sunday night football, but at the same time, we know they got too much pride. They're gonna come out. They know the Falcons want to run the ball, so ain't no secrets on either side, right? They want to stop the run. We want to run the ball, so it's going to be another one of those, um, you know, like how big boy fights, like Arthur Smith like to say. That's what we're going to have between the trenches this week with their fast, great. They got good linebackers as well, so it's going to be a good test for us. But I think we're going to be up to the task. We got to continue to believe in our run game, and that's what we need to do. The reason why I want us to run the ball is, like I said, want to complement their defense. So the time of possession is going to be key. All right, we want to keep Tom Brady offense off the field. I mean, that's the less possessions we can give TB to get in some rhythm. That's what we want to do. So, hey, that's why running the ball, time possession is going to be key for us this week. All right. Um, Second key, we have to keep these guys got to keep these guys honest. So that means we got to be able to pass the ball. I talked about the passing game. Let's hope Kyle Pitts is going to make sure he's going to be out there doing his things and help us out in the pass game. But we got to be able to pass the ball. So that's my next key to keep these guys honest. They know we want to run the ball, but we got to be able to play off that play action and pass the ball as well. Got to unlock the passing game. We got I like our receiver core so far. I really want to see a guy like Brian Edwards, start. Hopefully, he can be active and we can see what he's able to do. We got to get Cardiel Hodge a little bit more involved. I think we got to be able to utilize some of our speed too. If we can hit one of those deep passes, like we almost had Demir Bird. The Lumberdays kid has been playing well. He's playing like the number 2 right now, next to Drake London. So that's what we got. But we got to keep these guys honest in the passing game. So that's my second key. Decent defense is definitely breaking jaws. We stopped the number 1 running team in NFL, right? Dean P's defense is doing the thing. We can stop the Bucs game. Yes, I 100%. Hey guys, we talked about it. All right, red zone, red zone defense is key, and we'll get into the defensive keys in just a minute. Falcons are really becoming tough out no matter what the point. Exactly. Yeah, trust me. I guarantee you, when teams starting to look on the roster, because probably when the season start, they probably said WW, right? Hey, I guarantee you that's not the case anymore. They see what this team is capable of doing. Um, I mean, if you're going back and look at Brian Baldinger breakdown on our defensive line, and look how Grady Jarrett, and Taquan Graham was manhandling the Browns offensive line, and that's one of the best offensive lines in the league. It's just that's just a fact. That's one of the best offensive line in the league. And if you look how Grady Jarrett and Taquan Graham were manhandling those guys, this I mean I mean that's a fact. That's what's it's on film. You can actually go see, and trust me, those other offensive linemen, they see that too. They see that film. They see what these guys starting to do to wreak havoc. All right. My next key is third down in red zone. All right. I talked about time possession. So we need to make sure we are efficient on third down. We was not that efficient in the Browns game. We got to get really be efficient on third down this week. And in the red zone, hey, we playing a guy like Tom Brady, definitely want to score a touchdown. So that goal was not saying third down and red zone. That's what that's simple as that. Third down efficiency, red zone. That should be a key every week. We know that, but it's more, it more important in other weeks, right? 'Cause especially when you got a good veteran quarterback on the other side of the field that's going to be able to put points up. It's the fact. I like the way our defense playing, but hey, Tom Brady don't see every defensive scheme in the world, so he's going to be able to put up points. So we got to be able to make sure that we score touchdowns in the red zone and make sure we efficient on third down. Um, I have to go back and look at the percentages. If you're over 50% on third downs, and if you're good in the red zone, more than likely, more times you win the game, right? Right. A lot of times in the past that wasn't happening with the Falcons because our defense let us down. I mean, it's been sometimes in the past we score 40 points and we still lose. That means we was good on third down in the red zone, um, but this is a different team, different era, different regime. So we don't want to hash on the past. But red zone and third downs, and then the last key on offense is can we get one game that we don't turn over the ball? I said this last week, and somehow we still somehow got a turnover, right? Um, can we please not turn over the ball in this game? Let's be play clean, smart football. You know, utilize your fundamentals. I think turnovers is more fundamentals. Yes, sometimes guys make great plays, you know, on defense, on special teams, and things like that. But no turnovers is going to be the key for us on this offense. If we can do that on the offensive side of the ball, I think we can do that. So those keys on offense for me, especially, and like I said, these keys right here is a complement to our defensive side. So we get into the defensive keys. Um, that's definitely what we're gonna do. Um, Dwayne said we need Mariota to settle down and use the right mechanics when he throw the ball. He's panicking in spots. His mistakes lack focus in spots, and he get the job done. Somebody said today, talking about Marcus Mariota, and just listen what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is what he's saying, but at the same time, he said sometimes when you look at Marcus Mariota play, you see flashes now, or Patrick Mahomes, right? The improvise, the getting out of trouble, making a throw like the throw he threw to Parker Hesse on the sideline. That was a impromptu play. That was not a play call. He got out of danger. He threw the ball, right? That's the kind of spontaneous play he can have, right? But then other times you see the reason why he got benched because to your point, he seems like he's panicking. He's speeding up in his mind instead of just settling down and playing the game. So and I kind of can see that the throw he made to Lumberdays Zaccheaus out the pocket. I mean, he threw that backside across his body, and his feet wasn't even on the ground when he threw that ball. I thought he was going to overthrow it. To be honest with you, but those are the kind of plays he can make. He just need to settle down. To your point, um, but he's going to make spectacular plays. He's going to make some plays that like people going to like what you're doing. Um, if to your point, if he settle down, stop panicking, and just execute, I think we will see a better version of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I can get the ball, the goal line, field goals against the Bucs. Yeah, you right. We kick field goals. Um, I don't think we would be able to win. I mean, it'll be nice to stop Tom Brady, but I don't know if we can do that the whole game. Just being real. Um, Nathan Floyd said have to have yes, no turnovers. That's the key. That's the key to this game. We can't run the ball down the red zone and not score against the Bucs. Yeah, yes. Same thing. We all saying the same thing, guys. We got to put points on the board. All right, let's get into our defensive keys. Defensive keys. All right, defensive keys for me. All right, everybody knows this, and it's hard to do. Even Tom Brady knows it. But my first key is if we can get pressure up the middle. He hates that. That's like one of his kryptonites for Tom Brady. And what I mean by that, the kryptonite is if we can get pressure up the middle of the field on Tom Brady, he really does not like pressure up the middle. Right? He wants to step up the middle. That's what he likes to do. So if we can somehow pressure him up the middle of the field, that means a guy like Taquan Graham, the guys I just mentioned, Grady Jarrett, they can provide that pressure up the middle of the field on Tom Brady. I think we'll be successful. I mean, it's not a secret that he does not like that. That's one of his kryptonites to me. So the first key I'm saying is, hey, you got to go back and figure ways to dial up pressure up the middle of the offensive line. He got the young center that's there, right? We know that got a young center there. Grady Jarrett should be able to abuse him, right? Of course, they're gonna do some double teams and things like that. But the way Taquan Graham been manhandling offensive guards this season as well, hopefully we can get some pressure up the middle of the field. Brown people said cause confusion to TB12. Um, that's man, that's easier said than done. I don't think you can confuse him. That's the thing. Um, you got to just outplay him. You can't confuse him. He don't seen everything, man. And it is what it is. He don't seen everything under the sun. So, um, history has shown us too many field goals leave the door open. Yes, no field goals. No field goals in this game. Watch zone plays and slant routes. Also, match AZ up with Evans. Oh, I think AJ Terrell has took that upon his mission this year is to lock himself up with all the number ones, right? All right, it's gonna be tough. Mike Evans is a beast. We're not taking anything away from Mike Evans. Tom Brady, that's his favorite target. He always looking for Mike Evans, so that's gonna be a good matchup. I actually want to see that because I want to see how good AJ Terrell has gotten. From game one to now, I want to see that matchup. So I'm really looking for that matchup between AJ Terrell and Mike Evans. Need some blitzing in the middle. I would like to see us run a 2-4-5 set with Walker or Anderson blitzing. Yes, Anderson. Anderson explosive. I can tell you right now, Leonard Fournette is a great pass protector though. Leonard Fournette is definitely got Tom Brady's back. He's another one of those pass protection backs that lay the wood down. So if you're coming in there on blitzes against Leonard Fournette, you need to be ready. He said play Ebiketie more. I love Ebiketie, man. I think he had a great game. Yeah, he didn't it didn't show up in the stats with sacks and stuff, but if you go look at his pressures and how many times he had the quarterback off his spot by his pass rush, he had great presence in this game. He really did. So I agree with you with Ebiketie. All right, guys. My second key is no big plays. Right. All right. We don't want to give up no big plays. We know Tom Brady definitely try to take his shots down the field. He'll see that, especially you see that man to man. He'll try to take his shot. So we try not to give up any big plays. I have not mentioned his name, but definitely don't give up any big plays to Julio Jones. So um, that's hey. that's what we want to see. We want to make sure that we don't give up any big plays. That's just easy said and done. That's my second key. My third key is, can we get a turnover? Can we create a turnover in this game? That's one of the things I definitely would love to see. If we can somehow get a turnover, um, that would be great. That's something that I would love to see for us this week. For us not to turn over the ball and then create a turnover on Tom Brady. Rashard Evans has been a steal. Yes, Rashard Evans has been playing well. Um, I looked at I went back and looked at the Seattle Seahawks game, and I was upset with our linebackers, but I think him and Michael played well. Michael Walker definitely needs to tackle better. 100% needs to tackle better. Um, the tackling he had in that Browns game, and I mean, it's hard to tackle Todd Gurley, even Kareem Hunt. Those guys are monsters, man. But Michael Walker definitely need to tackle better. So that's one of the things we definitely need to see. But Rashard Evans, yes, I love that pickup so far. We have to pick our poison on defense. What do we sacrifice? So I'm glad you asked this question, 330. So I'm going to say it. It's going to be sacrilegious, I know. But I mean, let's be honest. The best defense against Tom Brady has been the Aints. It's been the Aints. That's the best defense. So maybe we need to steal some of their stuff and see how they're able to bother him so much. And I think the way they do, because we know Tom Brady wants to get rid of the ball fast, right? He wants to come out and get rid of the ball fast. He got one of the fast release. He gets the ball out his hand fast. That's why it's hard to sack him. So you said pick your poison. I like to see you play a little bit man, a little bit bump and run, and play tight coverage on those wide receivers. Which in turn we got to be able to get pressure, right? So if we're gonna play that man to man, like I'm talking about, and just like the Saints do, I'm like I said, I know I'm saying, but let's be they really give him trouble every time they play him. They got the blueprint. So, and we can look at that game and learn something what really bothers Tom Brady when he plays the Aints. We could utilize that. That's what I'm saying. And what I see is, for those guys, they play tight coverage. They don't they don't want you to get that quick pass off. He loves that. That's what he wants to do. He don't want to hold on to that ball because he don't want to get hit. So he's going to drop back, get rid of the ball fast. A lot of hit passes or short passes and things like that. So my last key on defense is Dean Pease taking a look at all the Aints game that played against Tom Brady and just steal a little bit and utilize our guys, our weapons, and see how we can kind of copy some of that stuff to put pressure on Tom Brady. So I'm just, like I said, yeah, it's the Aints, but they have really played him tough every time they played him. So um that's what I want. That's what I'm saying about pick your battles. He said definitely win a turnover battle, 100%. We don't win a turnover battle, we gonna lose, especially against playing against Tom Brady. What up, brother? We're going to win this week. I hope so, man. I hope so. Hey, if we win this week, it's gonna be time for everybody to start to say, take the Falcons for real. But we're gonna tell them, right? We're gonna tell them, nah, don't jump on the bandwagon now. Don't do it. Stay where you were. You didn't believe in us. We supposed to be the worst roster in the league. We supposed to go 2-15. All this stuff. Don't believe in us now. So let's go out and get this W, guys. To shake up the whole league, because nobody was expecting the Atlanta Falcons to do anything. Said 28-20. Let's say 28-3. Oh, I should have said that, but anyway, boy, to say I'm predicting interceptions from D. Alford, Richie Grant, 2 sacks from Grady. Hey, I love your predictions, man. I'm gonna come back and look, see if you got any of these things, on tap. All right. let's not forget, guys. We got two guys that played with the Atlanta Falcons. Um, let's hope they don't play well. Like a guy like Russell Gage, who's actually been the most targeted receiver, for Tom Brady right now. Of course, Mike Evans missed that one game suspension, so Russell Gage is a good slot receiver. Hopes we can a guy like D Alfred can lock him up. Like I said, Julio don't know how what percentage he's going to be. He was already injured, so we'll see. But we can't let those guys get off. And then, of course, they got Chris Godwin's coming back slowly. They got a pretty good receiving core, but if we talk first keys, I said we get pressure up the middle, and hey, I'm just keep saying it. Still a little blueprint from the New Orleans Aints, and see how they able to stop that guy. Um, you think they're gonna let Deion Jones in the game because he's one of the best? Well, we know Deion Jones still on the IR right now, so um, he was not one of the guys that they brought back. He's allowed to come back, but he did not come out of the IR. Only guy they brought back is Isaiah Oliver. So Deion Jones will not be playing in this game. He haven't even been brought off the IR yet. So don't know his status. Archer Smith didn't mention the other guys. He just mentioned Isaiah Oliver today. So we don't know what's going on with Deion Jones, but he definitely somebody we could probably use in this game. Hey, you're right. You said keep that same energy, 100%. Keep that same energy, right? They didn't believe us in the den. Don't believe in us now. The fourth rushing attack in the league. What's up, everyone? What's going on, James? How does 2-15 look now? Exactly. Hey, only way we do 2-15, we lose our next 13 games. That's not gonna happen, right? That's not gonna happen. You said AK-47 and Carter both strip sacks. Hey, keep putting that energy out there, man. Keep putting it out there. Nostradamus. Let's do it. What's up, Drady? Say 46-13 Bucks. Man, whatever. Whatever. You guys have never put 46 points up on this team. No. Kyle Pitts hamstring might keep him out Sunday. Yeah, I talked about that early, man. Let's just hope he's resting, man. Let's hope. If it's lingering, we know how hamstrings could be. If it's a lingering, you're right, he could be out. That's gonna be a real blow, But at least they know now they can start the game plan. I mean, you're gonna have to me, a guy like Brian Edwards need to be more impactful. He need to be active this week, right? Cardell Hodge need to be more impactful. Those guys gonna have to make some plays if a guy like Kyle Pitts can't go. So, and then like I said, guys, hey, maybe we can see what Felipe Frank's all about in the passing game. We ain't seen him yet. Maybe Felipe Franks could come out and surprise us. We'll just have to see. So don't care how healthy them wide receivers, their airline play it is. It's suspect. That's true. But see, that's why it's so important. Tom Brady knows that. That's why he get rid of the ball fast. That's why, like I said, if we're gonna give up something, let's play that tight coverage. The short routes, those intermediate routes that he like to throw, those pick routes that he like to throw, those quick outs, all those things that the quick slants, those are things that Tom Brady like to get the ball out of his hand, the seam routes to his tight ends, things like that, quick passes Tom Brady likes to do. We sit on those routes, take our chances. Somebody said that we could be gambling. They could beat us deep, maybe, but that's the chance I'm willing to take because we know how he wants to play. He don't want to sit in the pocket. He wants to get rid of the ball. So, and with those offensive linemen that suspect, we have a chance to get pressure because now he has to hold it a little bit longer if we send on routes instead of playing off coverage. I think Julio need to hang up the cleats. Yeah, man. That man, we we fleeced the Tennessee Titans on that trade. We fleeced it because look, we got Troy Anderson with that pick. That's we got Troy Anderson with that pick, and he could be definitely a bright future for us. I mean, Julio played for us 10 years. I get it, but by the time we traded him, he was damaged goods, man, and he's still always gonna be a Falcon. One of the best, probably the best receiver to play so far in the in the Falcon uniform. But he was damaged goods, man. So we fleeced the Tennessee Titans on that trade. So don't forget about Fisker. I didn't forget about Anthony Fisker. I'm just just talk about another weapon we can have out there. Um, Trust me, I can promise you that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not saying we need to stop Anthony Fisker though. Felipe Franks neither. That's why he could probably surprise somebody. We'll have to see. Um, it doesn't matter about KP not playing. We still can win without him. Past game have proved that. Yes, yeah. I mean, but right, it does prove that. But trust me, guys, if Kyle Pitts is not, because they're scouting. That's when trust me, he's on their scouting report. It's somebody they got to stop. I mean, even if he's just out there for a decoy, I would love to see that. So, I man, this is like what everybody always said. They're gonna be angry because they're so nobody cares if they're gonna be angry. We don't care how angry they're gonna be. They put their pants on just like we do. You know what? And I forgot to say this. I forgot to say this for the beginning of the podcast when I um today is that the Atlanta Falcons right now is a confident team. They need to show that confidence, right? The Atlanta Falcons had never beat Tom Brady. I know this is a new regime, new era, but they have never beat Tom Brady. We need to show that confidence. Show that we're not he's not unbeatable. We can beat him, right? We need to go out and show that. Keep that chip on your shoulder. Nobody believes in this team. That's what we need to do. So I really believe that this could be the week. All right. We know what's going on and his personal life and things like that. Not saying it's going to affect this game. He did not practice today because of hand injury and shoulder. So he's a little beat up. This is opportunity to go out and put it to Tom Brady. They already lost 2 games in a row. So if they wasn't angry after the first loss, they should have been real angry and played better against the Chiefs. So I don't care how angry they are. This team is confident. This team think they can go down to Tampa Bay and beat Tom Brady. They really believe that. I hope he do. I hope he break all their tablets, man. Hope he break them. Yes, he is. He's treating up that next culture. I mean, and if you got a system, I mean, I want to talk about Kyle Shanahan, but the truth is that that's the way he is. Kyle Shanahan is just plug in running backs, right? And that running game still works because it's the system. It's those offensive linemen believe in it. Those receivers are blocking. Those tight ends are blocking. Those fullbacks coming out of the backfield, putting pads on people, and they all playing in sync, right? They got their running game going in sync. That's what they're doing. So, um, that's why he's definitely creating that next man up because if you in this system and if you do your job, it's going to work out for you, and that's what it looked like it's happening. All right, guys. The last one is special teams, right? We got to talk about special teams. It's always 3 phases of the game. We can't forget about special teams. So special teams got keys as well. Um, First key, of course, I talked about red zones, um, scoring touchdowns. But if not, hey, cool, keep continue what you're doing, man. Cool is lights out. Yeah, I mean, I think when Koo gets up, I don't think anybody even worried about. We think that's 3 points right now. The way he's been kicking the ball. Um, don't put us on top 2 weeks in a row with a new field goal. So you got to put your. Koo is doing this thing, kicking field goals. Yes, he got the one blocked in the Saints game, but that was going to be a tough kick to make anyway because it was so long. And then the first kick in the Rams game. just a little blunder. So um that's what it was. That's what it was. Cool. So my first key on special teams, cool. Continue what you're doing. Hopefully we can just need to be use you for extra points. But if not, we got to put some points on the board in the kicking game, right? Because if we win 3-0, your 3 points help us win that game. So we got momentum, 2 straight wins, the Bucs 2 straight losses. We got to keep that hype, staying hungry, right? Like somebody said, they're gonna be hungry because they lost 2 straight games. I keep saying we can be we hungry too. All right. This could be Tom Brady' worst nightmare, right? Coming out of retirement and start the season off on a 3-game losing streak. And then everything his life already in shambles. Um, lose 3 games and then lose to a team he never lost to before, right? When they need to win, right? They need to get back on the winning track, but they come in with a hungry, confident um, team, ain't got nothing to lose because nobody thinks they're going to win anyway, right? And slap them in the mouth like we've been doing other teams this year. You got to believe, guys. That I think they got a chance. Um, done every seems to not run like he did in college, not elusive. You talking about the special teams? Exactly. I don't know what it is. It seems like he's tentative when he gets the ball on kickoffs and punts. Um, yeah, that's especially he had like 8 returns, for touchdowns in college. So that's a great point. Um, seemed like he would be a little bit more elusive than that, but we'll just have to see what's going on with that. Because you're right, we haven't seen any elusiveness that he showed when he was in college. All right, guys, my second key is the big key is field position. All right. I know you guys remember last year we went to Tampa and we had got the momentum back, right? And then we went actually had to go 3 and out. We got the momentum back, got to go 3 and out. And what happened? Our punter kicks the ball like 20 yards and get him put the put the ball like on the 30-yard line on our side of the field, and they go in and score the touchdown. The momentum's they get it right back because of a bad punt. So field position is always important, right? I think field position could change the momentum of any game, right? If you don't, and the punts are not always bad, right? Like I talked about this last week. You at the midfield, you punt the ball, and you pin him at the between the 1 and the 5. Hey, 3 and out, you get the ball back, with a fresh set of downs. So that's the way you got to look at it. Field position is always key, and it could definitely change the game. Punts are not always bad. That's why special teams are so important. You said the Falcons have stacked the chips on their shoulders. That's the definition of hungry. Oh, yeah, they do. Like I said, nobody believes this team gonna do anything anyway. Trust me, nobody. You can go look at the experts. Nobody picking the Falcons to win, no matter how good they played last week, how good they ran the ball on the Browns. Right? Nobody cares about that. So, uh, come in again, be the underdogs. We'll be the underdogs all season, and eventually they gonna have to say, yeah, this team is for real, right? So we just have to see. Um, so is the game in Tampa? Last update I got that they moved the game to Mercedes. Oh, they did. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that. That'd be awesome. I did not hear that. Hopefully, I mean, I let it be in Tampa, man. We don't want no excuses, right? We don't want no excuses for Tampa Bay. I don't know if you heard. I didn't hear that. So um, that would be interesting if the game is going to be in a Mercedes Benz, not in Tampa. I did not hear that at all. Um, and then the last key, guys. Like I always have this key because I think is really important about any game is that's the fact that explosive plays on special teams. Um, and what I mean by explosive plays, like I said, I'm talking about blocks. on kicks. Um, we seen a block, scoop, and score in the Rams game, which changed the momentum completely in that game. Um, returns for return for touchdowns. Just return to flip the field position could definitely help, right? Causing turnovers on special teams. So it's so many things on special teams, and um, so that's some stuff that we definitely could utilize. Explosive play, explosive play, explosive play. Uh, we need a block a point from Zoe. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Hey, trust me, that's on tape. Their special teams are ready for that. That's on tape this year. Troy Anderson almost broke his freaking broke the punter's leg. He hit him so hard. Are you saying that they said they do win the game? That's that's amazing, man. That's really interesting. I hope so. I wonder if they're gonna I guess they would. They would flip the games instead of us playing and Mercedes being the end of the season. We just flip that game. And I wonder would they do that? How would they do that with the tickets? So that is really real interesting. Hopefully, Arthur Smith can keep the game. See game adjustments. Yes, man. Guys, this is. I think we're starting to see Arthur Smith. Um, the reason why he was so coveted as a head coach when he came out, and Atlanta Falcons got him because this let's be real. Um, his 2 seasons offensive coordinator with the Titans, he had the number one scoring, number two scoring offense in those 2 seasons. Um, and everybody said then he was a bright offensive mind. He had Ryan Tannehill playing great football, right? Ryan Tannehill is nobody to to say he's great. Nobody never said that about Ryan Tannehill. I mean, they had an okay receiving core. Yes, they had King Henry, but um, so now I think Arthur Smith is starting to show that. I mean, still, any coach, especially a young coach, head coach, taking over every aspect of the game, situationally, things like that. It's not going to be perfect. We all know that, but we're starting to see um Arthur Smith start to put his stamp on this team, and if that's the case, we can see we starting to see it, guys. We starting to see it. I mean, I just love the fact he went and told those guys um, that we finna run the ball, and every offensive lineman was ready to go, and they went out and performed. All right, he gave them what they wanted, and they went out and did their thing. So, that's awesome. Well, like I just said, you didn't hear they didn't bring Debo off the IR yet. He's still on the IR. They only blown Isaiah back, so Debo will not be back. They didn't bring him off the IR yet. Arthur Smith said that some of those guys on different times, so we don't. He didn't mention um Dion Jones or Marlon Davidson or Jalen Mayfield. He didn't mention none of those guys, so we don't know the status of those three yet. We do know Isaiah came back to practice today, but he did mention Debo is still not on the IR, coming off the IR yet. Not finding anything that say it's been moved. Looks like it will be in Tampa. All right, we just have to see. Like I said, I haven't heard it, but I'm pretty sure because I mean you would thought they wouldn't have played Sunday night in Tampa, you know, because of the because of Ian, but they played it. So um it'd be interesting why they would move it and they didn't move it on Sunday. I want to see Caleb Huntley run hard. on this better front. Yeah, yes, I think he can too. I think he can too. Um, this it's not a secret. It won't be a secret this week. I can say it won't be a secret probably for the rest of the season. That teams are coming in to try to make Marcus Mariota and our pass catchers, you know, beat us. That's where that's going to be their mission. All right, which means that that's why one of my keys is we got to keep them honest, guys. We got to be able to unlock our passing games. You know, Tampa Bay secondary is not really that talented, so we can yes exploit those guys. They got great linebackers. They got a good front seven. They really do, but their back end. Aside for the safeties, the safety pretty good. Of course, they got another Falcon, Keanu Neal there, who's a thumper that's going to come downhill to try to stop the running game as well. So they got a couple of guys that definitely in that front seven that's going to be formidable in our run game. But that's why we got to keep them honest and be able to pass the ball um, down the field. So that's one of the things we definitely want to see. Elijah Wilkinson been playing lights out. This is what I always say about offensive linemen. If you're not really hearing anything about them, they probably playing pretty good. If you're not hearing penalties and you're holding penalties, you know things like that, quarterbacks getting sacked on the certain side, it's probably playing pretty well. We know one thing: Chris Lindstrom is playing dominant football right now. He was the highest graded offensive lineman this week according to Pro Football Focus. So we know he's been playing well. But my thoughts on Elijah Wilkinson is the fact that um, we haven't heard anything last year. How many times did we hear about Jalen Mayfield, right? So, like I said, if you're not hearing, it's almost like a long snapper, right? Who the long snapper for the team? We know who it is, but you know, if you don't know who the long snapper is because he's doing his job in every punt, every kick, every field goal. So that's how you want to hear about your linemen. You right. Want those guys to dominate. Want no holding penalties. You know, not getting sacks and things like that. We only had one penalty in the Browns game, so that's awesome for us. Isaiah Oliver would definitely help the D against the Bucs. Yeah, hopefully he plays. Arthur Smith didn't say he was going to play. He's back at practice. You know, when guys come out IR, they have 21 days to actually be activated. So, um, he hasn't activated him to the active roster yet. However, he is back at practice. Be interested to see if he practiced well enough this week. They decide to activate him. So we just have to hold off and see about that. Keep in mind, we always talking about this roster, but if they do decide to activate Isaiah Oliver, somebody will have to be cut. Because right now they got a 53-man roster. If you activate him off the IR, somebody have to be cut. There's no open spots on the practice squad right now. So I'm probably gonna say that he probably won't be activated this week. He does have 21 days. He just came back today, so I probably say he probably be back next week. So we're probably gonna go with a Mike Ford, D offer in that slot position again this week and see what those guys can do. Hopefully we can get KP, OZ, and Drake to our advantage. And we just hope KP's going to be there. All right. Like I said, if not, we're gonna have to let some of these other guys who haven't contributed yet, guys like Brian Edwards, right? We need to see him. We gave up a pick for him, you know, to come from the Vegas Raiders, and he haven't did anything this season. So, um, we got to be able to. He need to contribute. So if KP can't go, maybe he could do something. Dwayne Brody, you from Columbus? Are you from Columbus? Or have you seen the film on Jaleel from Minnesota? I have seen it. Like I said, I think he's going to be a good pickup for us, man. I really do. 6'3", 316 pounds. Another good depth piece for us. And don't be surprised in a couple of weeks, we see him activated to the active roster. off the practice squad, don't be surprised, right? Um, these guys, man, there's one thing about this is this front office, they definitely able to find diamonds in the rough, man. And because Terry Fontenot, that's where he came from. He was a pro scout, so he has the eye for that. Kyle Smith is his right hand man. He's awesome as well. Of course, bringing Ryan Pace over, former GM, so they have a um, good eye for. He say he is. He's from Columbus. Wow, that's big, dude. I hope Grady. He's Grady, right? I hope so, man. I hope so. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, if anything, he can definitely be a depth piece for us. We don't know. He played. I mean, he's more veteran than some of these other guys. He's been in the league since 2017. Um, so guys, that's it for today. Really enjoyed you guys coming in, talk about my keys. Um, it's gonna be a tough game wherever we play. We'll see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna run back through the keys again. I'd love to do that for you guys. Could check me on it and see if if I get any of them right. Right, we're gonna see. So the offensive side, we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna try to control that time of possession. We lost time of possession last week. We can do that. We got to keep them under on offense with the passing game. Right, we got to be able to pass the ball and get the first downs on. With the passing game, right? No turnovers. Can we have one game our first game of this season without turning over the ball? That's our offensive keys. Defensive keys. We need to bring that pressure up the middle on Tom Brady, right? That's his kryptonite. We can get pressure up the middle. Hopefully, we can do that. We don't want to give up any big plays. We want to try to create some turnovers if we can. Tom Brady loves throwing pick six later on, later part of his year. So hopefully we can steal one of those. And then, like I said, hey, it's one team that been giving Tom Brady trouble since he been with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's the New Orleans Saints. So if we can steal some blueprints, how those guys do it, might give us some big plays with play man coverage. Keep try to eliminate some of those short passing routes that he tried to do when he wanted to get the ball out of his hand. Special teams, cool, keep doing what he's doing. Let's make sure we maintain that field position in the special teams and try to get an explosive play. That's where I'm going with the keys this week, guys. I think if we could get two or three of those keys, I think we have a great chance to pull this game off. So that's what I'm looking at. Hope you guys agree. We'll have to see what these guys are able to do moving forward. Um, I'm ready to see Barnhart. Yeah, man. We like I said, right now we don't know the status of KP. You might get to see it. You might get to see it. Or Do Anderson been balling as well. Yes, he has. You're right. He has been balling. Rise up, stay safe, Recondo. Keep doing the thing. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So, guys, so that's it. Like I said, that's it, guys. Let me know about the keys. Let me know what you think. Um, let's go. Let's try to keep the ball rolling. All right. Look at the symmetry. We're on a 2-game winning streak. The Bucs on a 2-game losing streak. Right. Let's see, can we get three and make it three for them? Right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's get our let's we talk about being at 500 since 2017. Right. Right. This is the first time we'll be over 500 and since 2000. So see, God, hey, we can start to build that momentum, right? All right. We got a chip on our shoulder too as fans, right? We tired of everybody talking about 28-3. It's been lingering out there since 2016. Let's start to put that good vibe and atmosphere and see what we can really get going on, right? So guys, that's all I got. Talk to you guys later. Probably be back on Friday to talk about some of the things that I expect. What we expect to see some good matchups. We talk about a matchup between AJ Terrell and Mike Evans, things like that. Some things that I would like to see moving forward for the game. And guys, that's all I have for today. This is your boy Recondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.